Good afternoon. This is Mark Cola from Mainline Rehabilitation, and I'm here with Linda Snyder-Cole, and she is a consumer of Mainline and currently receiving neurocognitive services from us, specifically cognitive rehabilitation therapy. Good afternoon, Linda. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for agreeing to do this with us.
Thank you for answering me.
No problem. Before we get started, can you just give us a little information about yourself?
Well, I'm 49 years old.
Okay.
I live independently. I have cerebral palsy. I got cerebral palsy when I was born. I did not get enough oxygen to my brain.
Okay.
And I got cerebral palsy.
And you live independently on your own. And how long have you been living independently?
About 4 years.
Okay. All right, great. Well, can you describe your disability and how it affects your daily life?
Well, I got spastic cerebral palsy. So I'm very spastic, and I got balance problems. So my walking and speech problems and hearing problems. So much in my balance and my speech.
Balance and speech is most affected.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what challenges have you had to overcome pertaining to your disability?
My mobility problem. When I was younger, I used to walk all the time. And as I got older, my balance began to become an issue. And now I'm mostly in a wheelchair due to my balance. And also, right now in my life, I feel like I was meant to teach people and make people aware of CP and understand what CP is and make them more aware of CP, especially for them, because some people cannot do them. Some people cannot speak for themselves.
So advocacy is very important for you.
Yeah. So I feel like that's what I was meant to do.
Okay. Now, currently, what types of therapies or services have you received in the past and the present?
And can I go back to the other question?
Sure.
I just remember, and also going back to the other questions, the most problem for me right now is in my life getting people to understand me as a person. Because when people look at me, they don't really understand who I am. They just see the disability. And I feel like I have to always prove myself to someone before they really get to know who I really am.
So personal identity.
Sometimes it gets very frustrating to go, hey, look, I'm a person just like you or other people.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times I have felt that on a daily basis.
So advocacy and self-identity.
And awareness.
And awareness.
You know, back in the old days, like, we were taught that handicapped people was a baby. You treat them like an invalid.
Mm-hmm.
That they had no common sense, but yet they do. And, you know, for people with GP, they have a lot to say, but sometimes when they have speech problems, they cannot get the words out quick enough. But they think like you think. They think like you think. But their communication skills, they can't get the word out.
Sure.
So all their words is like in their brain.
So sometimes it's hard to express themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for elaborating. Okay, do you want to move on to the next question?
Yeah.
Okay, so what type of therapies or services have you received in the past and the present?
Oh my God. Now we're going along with like on PT,
Okay.
RT, speech, arts background, family, counseling, OVR.
And OVR is the Office of Vocational Rehab, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got a pop in my stomach to help with my spastic from my cerebral palsy.
Okay.
It reduced my spasm, and it caused I can't say that.
But you have a pump in your stomach to help with the spasms.
Yeah, so I thought I had to take my medications, muscle relaxer, so it don't make me that tired.
Okay.
So,
Okay. And how about currently? What are you receiving currently for services?
I get eternal care.
Okay, and how often do they come? Or how often are they here?
They're mostly like 8 hours a day.
Okay.
But I can break my hours up to fit my needs. Because I don't need around the clock care. I mostly need someone in the morning
Okay.
for a couple of hours. And at nighttime.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's every day?
Yeah.
So every day attending care morning and night?
Most people look at me and think I need 24 hours kill, but I don't.
And that's great. And that has a lot to do with your own desires.
Yes.
Well, great. Okay, and also you're receiving services right now from Mainline, correct?
Yeah, from community in the group. I can't say that. Yeah, community in the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were receiving community integration, and now you're receiving cognitive rehabilitation therapy from your Mainline staff. And how long have you been working with Mainline? Do you know?
About 4 years.
Okay. And during those 4 years, how do you feel Mainline has benefited you?
I like, well, I can, well, I'm much more independent on my personal stuff, like my bagging, like my money management, my paperwork. I've been keeping my paperwork together, my filing together, my organization, my life skills.
Life skills.
It helping to go to become more aware of more aware of watching what I say and how I say things. Before, I used to say things that might not be the what warning for the proper situation.
Okay.
And now I'm much more careful on choosing my warning and trying to choose my warning. And one thing I found out with me was I do much better. Instead of talking, if I type on the computer, I can express myself much better than talking to someone. I'm more careful with my words when I write it down instead of talking one-on-one.
Okay.
But it might take me all day to write an email because I'm that picky about the one. But when I just talk, it seems like I'm not that conscious of my words.
So maybe you have more time to think about what you're saying when you're typing, so it's easier to express than impulsively saying the first thing that comes to your mind.
And I think people misunderstand me a lot because my CP affects my tone of my talking. I can look like I'm mad when I'm not mad. My facial expression can look like I'm mad, but I'm not mad. I can look like I'm gonna cry, but I can be happy. And I think people misunderstand me a lot if they don't understand, because we all get taught regular facial expression and we go from there. But in my case, I tell people a lot, I'm out of the box. You can't put me in a box.
You don't want to be in a box.
No.
Be your own person and independent.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we might have already touched on the next question, but I'll just reiterate it with you. And what specific areas of your life have improved since you started receiving mainline services? I know we talked about organizational skills, computer skills. How about getting out into the community more? Is that something that you've been able to do?
Yeah, I'm always out in my community. And I learned different techniques because I would never go downtown, and I would go downtown, but I would never buy anything because I would always be afraid of someone helping me get my money out or something. But I learned a new strategy on what I do in my community is if I get a couple of stores I go into. But what I do is I don't go to any casino. I always go to the same casino that know me, that I'm familiar with. I will not go to the same casino. No, different casino. Because I don't want anybody helping me get in my pocketbook or get in my wallet. And that is a way I found out I can go out and buy stuff independently.
Okay, when you're out there and you're going to those places that are more familiar with you, it's easier to accomplish your task then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm moving on then, and my next question for you would be regarding some of the strategies that you've been working on with your CRT or cognitive rehabilitation therapist. Can you talk about some of the strategies that you and Yvonne have developed since she's been working with you for a little less than 2 years?
Yeah, a big one I'm very proud of is my nutrition.
Your nutrition.
I feel like I'm healthier. I feel like my CP got better because I can tell a difference overall. I feel better. Yeah. And one thing I've been doing is I've been trying to write down and keep like a diary of what I've been eating, because if I do that, and let's say if I don't feel good 1 week, I can just go back and look at what I ate that week I don't feel good. And maybe I can see why I don't feel good. And usually I can, you know.
Okay, so you've worked on your nutrition. So you're keeping a diary. You're looking up healthier recipes, right?
Yeah, and I'm learning but I'm going to the grocery store. I'm buying healthy or stuff.
Okay.
I'm not buying food that you open up a can and you pop it in the oven and...
So fresh foods as opposed to frozen or canned foods.
Yeah. And it does make a difference.
It does make a difference.
You want to fix it, but it does.
Okay.
And I would like to share that with other people. And that's what I do on Saturday, believe it or not, at the farmer's market. I talk to a lot of people about that.
Okay. And we're going to get to that in 1 second. I just want to go over a couple more strategies, because earlier you mentioned that you've worked a lot on your money management and also your organizational skills with your paperwork. How have you been able to work on those two areas? What have you developed for maintaining your paperwork or managing your money better?
Well, we can operate on a computer, and we can operate what is that?
A spreadsheet?
Yeah, like a spreadsheet. I can spreadsheet, so we do it in Word.
Okay, Word.
We make a table in Word.
Okay, so you made a table in Word. Okay, so you're tracking your expenses then?
Yeah.
Okay, and how about your paperwork? Where are you organizing that?
I have a big filing cabinet.
Okay, filing cabinet.
You know, and I make flyers and in the big flyer, like in my insurance.
Okay, and I know you mentioned communication skills as well. Has Yvonne helped you at all trying to work on improving communication skills?
Oh yeah.
Okay, in what ways, if you could elaborate?
Well, I always like to over talk, and I'm trying to say what I mean in real words.
Okay.
And trying.
So what do you, role play? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay, so you role play with Yvonne conversations that you're going to be having in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever write a script out or anything like that
yeah,
in advance?
Yeah, we do. But to be honest with you, we can work it, but then I probably will forget. That's why we have to keep doing it over and over and over, you know, because I forget and I need to do it over and over and over too.
So practice makes perfect, but sometimes you still don't get everything out that you want to.
No.
But it sounds like your communication skills are improving, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Slowly but slowly.
Yep. And it's always moving forward, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just have 2 questions left for you, Linda, and I think that there are 2 topics that you would really like to talk about. My first is that you mentioned earlier during the interview that you very near and dear to your heart is advocacy, and you've been doing a lot to help other people out. Can you talk to me right now about some of the advocacy work that you're doing? You know, both at the shelter. I believe you're also at the farmers market. Can you just talk about some of the advocacy work that you're doing?
Well, yeah. I do domestic violence. I make people aware of domestic violence. And and then at the farmers market, I have a fundraiser, and I'm going to get a shelter dog.
Okay.
And I got the money for my shelter dog, and now I am creating a scholarship for other people to help them to get their shelter dog, because a shelter dog costs about $10,000. Yeah, $5,000. Yeah, that's a lot of money to come up with.
Sure. So you're helping with a scholarship to help other people get service dogs.
And I make dog biscuits, and I ask for a donation of $1, and
Okay, and you're starting the scholarship. So you're working with women and helping them through violent situations.
yeah.
You're also developing a scholarship for individuals trying to get a service dog.
And a lot of time I go downtown to the CYWA and to talk to women that have been in domestic violence situations.
Okay, and you're working with women who are in a domestic violence type of situation. And you're just helping them work through that. Are you giving any talks or speeches?
Not yet.
But that's somewhere down the line, right? Okay, so my last question is really back to what you had just mentioned a couple minutes ago about the service dog, which I know you're very excited about. So can you just talk a little more in detail about the service dog as far as, you know, what you had to go through to receive it, you know, what the future is looking like, when do you think you're going to get your dog, you know, just kind of the whole process.
Well, we've been going to training for 2 years now.
2 years.
2 years now, and we will be going one-on-one training now.
Okay.
And to beginning next week for a selected to select for a selected adult.
Okay.
To train to see what dog will be best for my needs.
And that's happening just next week.
Yeah.
And when you've been going to the training, what have they been teaching you how to do?
The basic commands.
Basic commands?
Yeah, basic commands. But it's very difficult for me because of my speech problem and because of my CP. Because in that time, in that time I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
That one next week we got be going overly during the day time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there any timeline on when you might actually get the dog?
Not yet.
Not yet. You're still going through the process.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that was it. I really appreciate you sitting down and talking with me, Linda. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we stop today? Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, take care.